Hello students, we'll study science subject grade 9 chapter 2 is matter around us pure. Okay, we have learned in the earlier lesson what is matter. Okay, you can see this pure, milk, ghee, salt, all these are examples of matter. Okay, I gave you example of iron, nail, then bench on which we study, that is also example of matter. Okay, what was the definition of matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay, so now how will we know that salt or ghee or this milk is pure? Okay, if we see this in the terms of a common person, common man, he will say that salt is pure. Okay, nothing is added to it. Or milk is also pure. Now from a common man's point of view, this milk is pure. Okay, and from the point of view of science, it is a mixture of fat, water and proteins. Okay, so it is not pure. Okay, now what is a pure substance? It is made up of single type of component. Okay, example oxygen, example salt. Okay, it contains only one type of component. Means if you take a full bag of salt, okay, and if you put it in a glass of water, mix it in a glass of water, okay, from that glass of, suppose if you mix in 50 ml of water, take 10 ml of it in one container, 10 ml in second container and 20 ml in second container, all the containers will taste salty. Okay, it is made, since it is made up of a single component. Now what is a mixture? Mixtures are constituted by more than one kind of pure form of matter, okay, known as substance. Okay, means it cannot be separated into other kinds of matter by any physical process. What is physical process? Like filtration, sedimentation. Sedimentation is what, when you allow the solution to settle on its own with the force of gravity, it is called sedimentation. And what is filtration? When you use a filter paper to separate out the substance. Now mixture, it can be made of two or more different kinds of particles. Okay, now what is the characteristics of a pure substance? It has a uniform composition. Okay, and second one is it can't be separated into its constituents. What is the third one? It has fixed melting and boiling points. And what is the fourth and last one? It always possesses the same characteristic properties throughout. Now if you take example of sodium chloride, if it is dissolved in water and if you want to separate it out, how will you do that? You can do it by one physical process. It is called evaporation. Okay, you can let it dry in the sun. Okay, so water will evaporate and what will remain? Sodium chloride will remain in the dish. Okay, now sugar is a pure substance. Okay, why? Because it contains the same composition throughout. Okay, as we took example of salt. Okay, now soft drink, the drinks which we have, okay, cold drinks, okay, it is a mixture. It is a mixture of two or more substances. Okay, type of mixtures. There are two types of mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, what is homogeneous mixture? You can understand from the name. Homo means same. Okay, same mixture. It has a uniform composition throughout. That is, there is no boundary of separation. Means, for example, if you take oil and water in one container, okay, oil will not mix with water. Since the specific gravity of oil is less than that of water, it will float on water. Okay, so you can see a line separating the oil and water. So that is the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, and homogeneous mixture is example, I'll give you salt water. If you mix salt in water, okay, you will not be able to find out where is the salt, okay, since it has dissolved in water. It has become one. Okay, there is no visible boundary of separation in homogeneous mixture. Okay, so examples are lemon juice, air, tea which we drink in the morning. All those are examples of homogeneous. Now suppose if we take 4 beakers, beaker number A, B, C, and the fourth one is D. Okay, in the first beaker we take 50 ml of water and 1 spatula of copper sulfate powder, and second one also we take 50 ml of water and 2 spoons of copper sulfate, and in the beaker number C we mix copper sulfate and potassium permanganate, okay, in water, and copper sulfate and potassium permanganate or salt, you can take any of them. Okay, so what you will see in group, the beaker number A and beaker number B, you will see the homogeneous mixture, means it has the same uniform mixture. Okay, just the difference will be that beaker number A, the color of beaker number A and beaker number B will be different. Okay, because in beaker number A we have taken 1 spatula of copper sulfate, and beaker number B we have taken 2 spatulas of copper sulfate. Okay, but they have the same uniform mixture throughout. Okay, so it is called a homogeneous mixture. Now in beaker number C and D, what you will find? You will find that the mixtures, you can clearly make out the difference, that there are 2 mixtures which are mixed. Okay, so it is called a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, what are heterogeneous mixtures? They do not have any uniform composition throughout. Okay, and there is a, you can see through eyes that the 2 mixtures are different, that is, you can see a visible boundary of separation. Okay, now what is a solute and what is a solvent? Okay, the thing which we dissolve, okay, which dissolves itself, is called a solute. Like if we take example of salt water, in this case salt is a solute, it is less in quantity, and the solvent is water which dissolves that component. Which is that component? Salt. So water is a solvent, it is more in quantity. Okay, now let's do an activity again. Okay, we'll make four groups A, B, C, D and distribute samples to each group. Okay, few crystals of copper sulfate to group A is given, group B is given 1 spatula of copper sulfate. Okay, third group is given chalk powder, fourth group is given few drops of milk. Okay, now each of this group, what they should do, they should add the sample in the water and mix it with the glass rod. Okay, and pass a beam of light from a torch, okay, through that beaker and list down the observations. Okay, so now what you will be able to see in group A, which few crystals of copper sulfate had been added to water, and same with group B, 1 spatula of copper sulfate which had been added. So these two have mixed properly with water. Okay, it is called a solution. Okay, and group C, in which we took chalk powder and mixed it in water, so it is called suspension. Why suspension? Because we can clearly see the chalk powder, it is not mixed with the water, it is separate. Okay, and now few drops of milk in water, so it is called a colloidal solution, which is not clearly visible to the eyes. Okay, suspension can be seen by naked eyes. Okay, you can make out the difference. And in the solution, the mixture is such that you can't make out what is mixed. Okay, now you came to know what is the solution, a suspension and a colloidal solution. Okay, now what is a solution? The definition is given. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. You come across various types of solutions in your daily life. Okay, like lemon water which we drink. Okay, usually we think of a solution as a liquid, means whatever name comes like solution. When we hear the name solution, we think it is a liquid, but it is not so. It can be either a liquid or a gas, like soda water. Okay, water is mixed with gas. Okay, so that is also possible. And alloys. Okay, what are alloys? It is a mixture of different metals. Okay, so what are alloys? It is a mixture of two or more metals, or a metal and a non-metal. Okay, that is the definition of alloys. Okay, for example, if you take the example of brass. Brass is what? It is a mixture of 30% zinc and 70% copper. Okay, there are a few kinds of examples which I will give you, like sugar which is mixed in water. Okay, that is liquid mixed in solid mixed in liquid. Okay, now earlier also I gave you example of soda water. Okay, that is what? Gas and liquid mixed together. Now water is solvent, it is more in quantity, and gas is less quantity, it is called solute. Okay, same is with air. Air is also a mixture of gases. Okay, it contains 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Okay, now what are the properties of a solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. It cannot be seen by the naked eye. Why? Because it is very small in size, and they cannot scatter a beam of light since the particle size is very small. Okay, so the path of light is not visible, and particles cannot be separated by the mixture or by the process of filtration. Okay, now let's learn about concentration of a solution. Okay, now in activity 2.2 we observed that groups A and B obtained different shades of solution. Okay, what was that? So what was in activity 2? We formed 4 groups. Okay, for the first group we gave few crystals of copper sulfate. Second one we gave one spatula of copper sulfate. Third we gave chalk powder, and fourth we gave few drops of milk to be added in water. Okay, so depending upon the amount of solute present in a solution, it can be called a dilute, concentrated or saturated solution. Okay, what is dilute? If the quantity of the solute is less, then it is a dilute solution. When the quantity of the solute is more, it is called a concentrated solution. Okay, for that we will do an activity. Okay, take approximately 50 ml of water each in 2 separate beakers. Add salt in one beaker and sugar or barium chloride in the second beaker with continuous stirring. When no more solute can be dissolved, heat the contents of the beaker to raise the temperature by about 5 degrees centigrade. Start adding the solute again. ओके, क्या करना है? अपने को 50 ml पानी लेना है, 2 अलग अलग बीकर में, एक में नमक डालना है और दूसरे में शक्कर डालना है या बेरियम क्लोराइड, और उसको कंटिन्यूस मिक्स करना है, और उसके बाद उसको गर्म करते रहना है. ओके, 5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड से उसको गर्म करते रहना है. पहले 5 डिग्री किया, फिर 10 डिग्री, फिर 15 डिग्री, ऐसे 5-5 डिग्री से बढ़ाना है. ओके, और उसके बाद सोल्यूट और ऐड करना है उसमें. ठीक है, तो अपने को क्या मिलेगा? इज़ द अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्ट और शुगर और बेरियम क्लोराइड दैट कैन बी डिजॉल्व्ड इन वाटर एट अ गिवन टेम्परेचर द सेम एट एनी पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर. अ सोल्यूशन that has dissolved as much solute as it is capable of dissolving is said to be a saturated solution. ओके, मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे कि आप लोग एक गिलास पानी पी लिया, ठीक है, और हमको और प्यास लगी है तो हम लोग और एक गिलास पीते हैं. ठीक है। और ऐसे एक टाइम आता है कि हमको हमारी प्यास मिट जाती है, तो हम लोग ज़्यादा पानी नहीं पी सकते, तो इट इज़ कॉल्ड दैट state is called saturated state. Okay, in other words, when no more solute can be dissolved in a solution at a given temperature is called a saturated solution. Okay, the amount of solute present in the saturated solution at this temperature is called its solubility. Okay, तो solubility का मतलब समझ गया, जो सोल्यूट होता है जो कम मात्रा में है, ओके, जो सोल्यूशन के अंदर प्रेजेंट है at that given temperature is called solubility. If the amount of solute contained in the solution is less than the saturation level, it is called unsaturated solution. Okay, मतलब क्या होता है कि अगर जो सोल्यूट की मात्रा है वो कम है, जो सोल्यूशन है सैचुरेटेड सोल्यूशन से कम होता है, तो इट इज़ कॉल्ड अनसैचुरेटेड सोल्यूशन. ओके, the concentration of a solution is the amount of solute present in a given amount, mass by mass or by volume, okay, of solution, or you can say it as the amount of solute dissolved in a given mass or volume of solvent. Okay, the formula of that is concentration of a solution equal to amount of solute divided by amount of solution. It can be either in terms of mass or volume, okay, in kg, grams, or in milliliters, liters. Okay, now there are various ways of expressing the concentration of a solution. It can be mass of a solute divided by mass of solution into 100, so you get the percentage, mass by percentage, and same way mass by volume. Okay, mass of solute divided by volume of solution into 100 will give you the mass by volume. Okay, let's solve a example. A solution contains 40 grams of common salt in 320 grams of water. Okay, calculate the concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage of the solution. Okay, how will we solve this? First we will write the mass of the solute. Okay, what is the mass of the solute? It is 40 grams. The common salt weight is 40 grams. Okay, mass of solute, here it is salt, so how much it is weighing 40 grams. Since it is mass by mass, okay, it's not volume. Okay, so you have to write the weight of it. And what is the mass of the solution? Mass of solution is equal to mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Now what is the solvent over here? Water. It is 320 grams by weight. Okay, so you have to add 40 grams plus 320 grams, so it is how much? 360 grams. Now how will you calculate percentage of solution? It will be, the formula is mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Okay, equal to mass of solute is 40 grams, the total mass of solution is 360 into 100, so it will be 11.1%. Okay, what is the suspension? Non-homogeneous systems like those obtained in group C in activity 2.2. What was activity 2.2? You remember, we mixed chalk powder in water. Okay, so the solids are dispersed in liquid. Chalk powder is a solid and it was dispersed in water. Okay, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. मतलब वो लोग मिक्स नहीं होते, वो चॉक पाउडर पानी के साथ मिक्स नहीं होता, वो अलग अलग रहता है, वो हम लोग आंखों से देख सकते हैं. ओके, तो उसका प्रॉपर्टीज़ क्या है? अभी सस्पेंशन इज अ हेटेरोजेनियस मिक्सचर. ओके, द पार्टिकल्स ऑफ सस्पेंशन कैन बी सीन बाय द नेकेड आई, हम लोग देख सकते हैं वो. ठीक है, द पार्टिकल्स ऑफ अ सस्पेंशन स्कैटर अ बीम ऑफ लाइट पासिंग थ्रू इट एंड मेक इट्स पाथ विजिबल. नाउ इफ वी अलाउ दैट chalk and water which was mixed to settle on its own, okay, by the help of gravity, you can see that chalk is separated from the solution, okay. So they can be separated from the mixture by process of filtration, and after that if you use a filter paper and try to separate that, water will be separate from the chalk, okay. Now let's learn about the colloidal solution. What is colloidal solution? Colloidal solution which we had done in group D, what was that? We took few drops of milk, we added that in water, okay. So you can you will not be able to see that solution properly, okay. Now if we boil rice and if we take out water of the rice, that rice water will be same of that color, white color का होगा, वो दिखेगा नहीं, उसमें से आर पार नहीं देख सकते, okay. The particles of a colloid are uniformly spread towards the solution, okay. It is सब बराबर solution के अंदर पसरा हुआ रहता है. Due to the relatively smaller size of particles as compared to that of a suspension, the mixture appears to be homogeneous. ऐसे लगता है कि वो एक ही है, बराबर, बट वो एक्चुअल में अलग अलग होता है. जैसे अभी हम लोग ने वो एग्जांपल लिया दूध और पानी का, ठीक है, तो हम लोग को लगता है कि मिक्स हो जाता है, बट एक्चुअल में वो मिक्स नहीं होते, ठीक है. A colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture, okay. Because of the small size of colloidal particles, we cannot see them with naked eyes, but these particles can easily scatter a beam of visible light as observed in activity. ये एक्टिविटी में हम लोग अगर टॉर्च का एक लाइट मारते हैं तो क्या होता है कि जो टॉर्च का लाइट है वो इट विल नॉट पास थ्रू दैट, ओके. वो हम लोग को धुंधला धुंधला दिखता है सॉल्यूशन, ओके. Because of the small size of colloidal particles, we cannot see them with naked eyes, but the particles can easily scatter a beam of visible light. ये हमने पढ़ा आगे, ठीक है, कि वो जो बीम की लाइट है, टॉर्च की लाइट, वो पास नहीं होगी उसमें से. और एक टिंडल इफेक्ट करके होता है. वो क्या होता है कि जैसे अभी हम लोग घने जंगल में जाते हैं और पेड़ के बीच में से जो सनलाइट का रेज दिखता है, वो टिंडल इफेक्ट है, ठीक है. टिंडल इफेक्ट और एक कैसे होता है, हमने जैसा देखा कि भाई वो घने जंगल में लाइट आती है वो पेड़ों के बीच में से, ठीक है. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि जो पानी की मात्रा होती है हवा में, ओके, वो पार्टिकल्स ऑफ कोलाइड जो होते हैं वो उससे डिस्पर्स हो जाते हैं एयर में, ओके. द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ अ कोलाइड. A colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. The size of particles of a colloid is too small to be individually seen by naked eyes. मतलब वो दिखते नहीं है, आँख से देखने को ट्राई करेंगे नहीं दिखेंगे. Colloids are big enough to scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. They do not settle down when left undisturbed. That is, colloid is quite stable. मतलब अगर हम लोग उसको मिक्स करके ऐसा एक थोड़े टाइम के लिए हम लोग अगर ऐसे विदाउट डिस्टर्बिंग इट वी लीव इट इन अनडिस्टर्ब फेज, इट विल नॉट सेटल डाउन. जैसे कि चॉक और वाटर का हम लोग मिक्स करने के बाद अगर छोड़ देते तो सेटल हो जाते, तो वैसे ही कोलाइड में नहीं होता, ठीक है. दे कैनॉट बी सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द मिक्सचर बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ फिल्ट्रेशन, बट अ स्पेशल टेक्निक ऑफ प्रोसेस नोन एज सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन. सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन वो हम लोग आगे पढ़ेंगे, उससे वो सेपरेट हो सकते हैं. द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ अ कोलाइडल सोल्यूशन आर द डिस्पर्स्ड फेस एंड द डिस्पर्जन मीडियम. द सोल्यूट लाइक कंपोनेंट ऑफ द डिस्पर्स्ड पार्टिकल्स इन अ कोलाइड फॉर्म द डिस्पर्स्ड फेस, एंड द कंपोनेंट इन विच द डिस्पर्स्ड फेस इज सस्पेंडेड इज नोन एज द डिस्पर्सिंग मीडियम, ओके. कोलाइड्स आर क्लासिफाइड अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टेट. कितने स्टेट्स थे अपन हम लोग ने पढ़े थे? सॉलिड, लिक्विड और गैस ऑफ द डिस्पर्सिंग मीडियम एंड द डिस्पर्स्ड फेस. अ फ्यू कॉमन एग्जांपल्स आर गिवन इन द टेबल 2.1. फ्रॉम दिस टेबल यू कैन सी दैट दे आर वेरी कॉमन एवरीडे लाइफ, ओके. नाउ we'll see the common examples of colloids. डिस्पर्स्ड फेस क्या था इसमें? लिक्विड. और डिस्पर्सिंग मीडियम क्या है? गैस. मतलब जो हम लोग क्लाउड्स और ये फॉग जो धुम्मस बोलते हैं वो देखते हैं. ओके, व्हाट इज द टाइप? एरोसोल. ओके, वन मोर ऑफ द सेम टाइप इज the dispersed phase is solid. Okay, and the dispersing medium is gas. Type is aerosol. Smoke, ऑटोमोबाइल एग्जॉस्ट, मतलब जो व्हीकल से जो धुआं निकलता है, ठीक है, वो उसका एग्जांपल है. The dispersed phase is gas, मतलब you can call this as solute also. Okay, this is solute and this is dispersing medium, मतलब solvent. Okay, and the dispersing medium solvent is liquid. What is the type? Foam, the shaving cream which we use for shaving. Okay, now milk and face cream which we apply. Okay, the dispersing medium, the solute is also liquid and the solvent is also liquid. So what is the type of that? Emulsion. Okay, separating the components of a mixture. Okay, different methods of separation are used to get individual components from a mixture. Okay, now let's do an activity to obtain the dye from the ink, blue or black ink, any ink. Okay, so what will we do? We will fill half a beaker with water, put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker. Okay, put a few drops of ink on the watch glass. On this glass put few drops of ink. Okay, now start heating the beaker. Okay, we will not heat the ink directly, we will heat it through the water. Okay, as a medium. What will happen if we go on continuously heating? Evaporation will start place, and on the watch glass after few minutes you will observe that all the water which has been mixed with the ink has evaporated, and what will be left? The dye will be left in the watch glass. Okay, so now we can separate this volatile component, that was solvent is water, from its non-volatile component. Non-volatile component was this dye. Okay, by the method of evaporation. Okay, how can we separate cream from milk? Okay, we will do an activity to understand this. Okay, you will take some cream, okay, in a tube and centrifuge it by using a centrifuging machine for 2 minutes. Okay, you just mix it by a churner. You know that churner ऐसे मिक्सर जैसा होता है, उसे मिक्स कर देगा. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा? तो जो क्रीम है वो ऊपर आ जाएगा. ठीक है, और वो जो दूध है वो नीचे रह जाएगा. मतलब वो प्रोसेस को क्या बोलते हैं? सेंट्रीफ्यूगिंग. ओके, why does the cream come on top? Because it is lighter in weight than the milk. Okay, so it floats on the milk. Okay, now how can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids? What are immiscible means? That they can't mix with each other. I give you an example of water and oil. Okay, it is the same one. You put it in a separating funnel, okay, which has a stopcock. Okay, and on close the cork, and from top you pour water first and then kerosene will float on water. Okay, and if you want to separate it out, what you can do, you can open this cork, let the water flow, and when you see that line of kerosene you can close it. So kerosene is separated from oil. Okay, we use a separating funnel for this. Now how can we separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride? We have learned that ammonium chloride changes directly from solid to gaseous state on heating. Okay, when we हम लोग जब अमोनियम क्लोराइड को गर्म करते हैं तो क्या होगा? उसका डायरेक्ट वेपर बन जाएगा, वो लिक्विड स्टेट में नहीं जाता. ठीक है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? उसको सब्लिमेशन बोलते हैं. ठीक है, व्हेन एनी सॉलिड चेंजेस टू वेपर डायरेक्टली विदाउट गोइंग इनटू द लिक्विड स्टेट इज कॉल्ड सब्लिमेशन. ओके, उसका क्या क्या एग्जांपल्स है? अमोनियम क्लोराइड है, फिर कैम्फर, नेफ्थलीन, ओके, एंथ्रासीन, ये सब डायरेक्ट सॉलिड से गैस में होते हैं कन्वर्ट। इज द डाई इन ब्लैक इंक अ सिंगल कलर। अभी ये हम लोग को देखने के लिए एक एक्टिविटी करनी पड़ेगी। ओके, क्या करना पड़ेगा, एक फ़िल्टर पेपर लेना है, यहाँ से अप्रॉक्सीमेटली बॉटम से 3 सेंटीमीटर्स पे पेंसिल से लकीर खींचनी है, ठीक है, एंड पुट अ ड्रॉप ऑफ इंक ऑन द सेंटर लाइन, on the center of this line, okay, like use a fountain pen, ink pen or sketch pen, okay, then lower this in a test tube containing water, okay, suppose the water level is this and just touch the level of water, इसको just touch करना है, ठीक है। तो अभी हम लोग क्या देखेंगे कि जो पानी है, पानी जैसे 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 ही पानी को टच करता है फिल्टर पेपर, पानी ऊपर चढ़ना चालू होता है, ठीक है, और उसके साथ जो इंक है, इंक भी ऊपर ऊपर चलना चालू होता है, ठीक है। मतलब इससे क्या होता है कि जो डाई है वो ऊपर आनी चालू हो जाती है। तो क्या होता है कि जैसे ये इंक भी सेपरेट हो जाती है, ठीक है। तो ये प्रोसेस को क्या बोलते हैं, क्रोमेटोग्राफी, ओके।